Hello everybody, welcome back. Happy Monday. Today we're reading Luke chapter 21. Please excuse my 2-year-old child. It opens with Jesus. He's teaching and sees rich men casting gifts into the treasury, and also a widowed woman. Jesus calls out the rich for not casting more with such an abundance at their disposal, while the woman gives all, having cast in all the living that she had. He foretells the destruction of the temple, saying a day will come when the huge stones will be thrown down, one stone upon the other. Upon hearing this, he's asked when this will happen, if there will be signs. Christ says, "Do not be deceived while waiting, that many will come in his name, and we are not to follow. When we hear of wars and commotion, we are not to be frightened, because these things must come to pass, that nations will rise against each other, and great signs will be seen from heaven." Jesus then warns us that because we are believers in him, we will be persecuted and delivered as prisoners to kings and nations' rulers. When called to testify, we should have our hearts be calm, because he will provide our words to answer to them. Betrayal will be rampant, and death for following Jesus may happen, but we will not truly perish. We must be patient and possess ye your souls, as Jesus says in the chapter, while destruction is imminent as Jerusalem is taken by armies. He warns when this happens to flee Judea and to discourage others from going in, because these are the days of vengeance and will be especially horrible for women that are pregnant and with young children. As he lays out the destruction of Jerusalem, he overlaps the ultimate judgment, stating, "This will be his return as the Son of Man." In order to fully live, even after death, we must walk the walk and trust in God, and do so diligently, because we don't know the hour at which he will return. But there will be signs in the heavens above, as man's heart fails them from fear. We'll see Jesus return in a great cloud of power and glory. We must raise our heads to him, because the end is nigh. Jesus then uses the parable of the fig tree, saying that we know it's summer from the bearing of fruit. Same will we know when the judgment is at hand. He says that while heaven and earth will pass away, his words will not, and that we should take care to avoid excessive indulgences in case the day comes upon us unaware. We must pray that we are worthy to escape all these things that come to pass, and we stand before the Son of Man in judgment. The chapter closes with his teaching in the temple by day, and by night he goes to the Mount of Olives, though people wait for his return to the temple early each morning in anticipation. Here the Bible study emphasizes in verse 36 that prayer is perseverance for Christ, especially when we're under pressure, that we shouldn't give up. Never, ever, ever, ever. Okay, everybody, that's the end of Luke chapter 21. I hope that you enjoyed it. It was a little bit on the shorter side today, so that was kind of nice for you guys to listen and for me to have to edit. But I will say that we are headed into the thick of Jesus and his persecution. So prepare yourselves. We've gone through it before, but again, it is a lot to take in, especially in this Lenten season, to know what is going to happen and know that it is all for us. So we should take it very seriously. There's a lot of reflection that I've had based on this chapter, specifically because of the widowed woman that gives everything she has in order to God, more so than those that have an abundance. I think that a lot of people feel this in real life. I know that I feel this as a person with 3 young children. Money can definitely be tight. But what really stuck with me was when I started this YouTube channel. I don't know much about technology. I'm sure you wouldn't be able to tell by my videos, but I enlisted some help from a website named Fiverr that helps with like online designs, and they have artists from all over the world that you can pick from that will help you sort of like figure out how you want to set your logo or the design that you're trying to achieve for whatever platform you're working on. So for me, in this instance, it was for Flourish LC for YouTube. And I reached out, and this person was so very kind. They were from Syria, And I remember we went through the whole process and we went back and forth multiple times in an amicable manner about like the final design for the logo on the YouTube page. And at the end of it all, when you finally agree upon it, is when your payment finally gets processed. And I remember at the end of it, it asked for a tip. And I thought to myself, as a former waitress, mind you, I've waited tables the majority of my younger life. I thought to myself, what should I tip? I don't have very much money at all. What should I tip? So I tipped above the 10%. I think I ended up tipping 20% of what the final cost was. And that person messaged me back such a nice thank you, because people in his position in Syria just don't have much at all. And I remember being super thankful that I was able to help him. And I'm not saying this to like toot my own horn or anything like that, but it's just like a real life application of when you don't have very much, but you still give, and these instances come back to you with such thanks, that it really is for God, that those feelings that you get, that you would never regret helping somebody and having them say thank you. Why would you regret that? Long story short, I was able to help that person because they helped me so much, and I was super thankful to do it. I guess that's a long story made long, to be honest. But anyways, I hope that you really enjoyed the chapter, because I sure did. If you have any instances similar to this, please feel free to comment down below if you'd like to share. If not, that's fine too, because God knows our true intentions in our hearts, that's for sure. But yeah, if you have any prayer requests, please let me know. If you have any questions, always please let me know, and we'll figure it out together. Thanks very much, everybody, and have a great day. Bye.